Hey, I've been rewatching that show, The X-Files, recently. Just a show I like a lot. The main two characters on that show, there's Mulder, the man who believes in aliens, and Scully, the lady who mostly believes in science and isn't so sure about the aliens. And I feel like if they were to switch roles and it was the woman who believed in aliens, no one would believe what the fuck she was talking about. Seriously, no one would believe a woman talking about aliens. They'd just be like, what the fuck did that bitch just say about aliens? Excuse me? Let's throw this broad in the loony bin. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the first episode would just be Mulder getting a promotion. And that'd be the end of the X-Files. That's it. Yeah, it can be sad being a woman. It's true. That's why our breasts are shaped like teardrops. Can be kind of sad. But there are things we can do. I'm actually a part of a feminist task force that rips Scarface posters off men's walls. It's an epidemic. Needs to be stopped. It's gone too far. But I was talking about ladies' breasts. Something interesting. Yeah, it is kind of funny. Something interesting that happens before a woman gets her period, her boobs get bigger, which is kind of cool. But recently I was about to get my period, my boobs got bigger. It was a week before my period, and I was like, all right, this is normal. And then a day after that, they got even bigger, and I was like, all right, it's a little weird. See what happens. And then a day after that, they got even bigger, and I was like, did my boyfriend make a wish? What is happening here? Gonna get my period or not? Let's make this happen. But I think that periods have gotten a bad rap. My mom used to call her period things Aunt Flo, which is kind of lame, I think. Yeah, it's not cool. I've updated it for the younger generation. I call my period Florence and the Vagine. Yeah, I think it's cool, it's hip. The millennials love it. They cannot get enough of it. I don't know if you guys have heard of this thing called an Irish goodbye. Yeah, it's when you go to a party and you just leave. Great idea, in my opinion. And then there's something called a French exit. Same thing, actually. You just go to a party and you leave. Very cool. And then there's something called a Jewish goodbye, where you just stay home. Don't go anywhere. You just put on a warm sweater, and you cook yourself some dinner. And it's very economical that way. That is my kind of thing. That's how I like to party. I was hanging out with my friend recently who just told me that she is psychic. And yeah, I was as surprised as you guys are. And I was like, wow, this is big news. And she was talking to me about how she's psychic for a while. It was a long conversation, and I was sitting there listening to her tell me about how she's psychic, and in my head I was like, hey, if you're psychic, then why don't you know that I wanted you to leave my house? 45 minutes ago. It's time to get going. That is the truth. I do, sometimes I get confused by the news and like what is supposed to be like the right thing for me to believe or like the right opinion to like, you know, what is right. Like my friend was talking to me recently and she was like, hey, you know, like women are making headlines, women are in the news. I was like, oh, that's great, I love women, that's cool, I'm a woman too. And she was like, yeah, a bunch of women just robbed a bank actually. And I was like, oh, that's bad, that doesn't sound good. And she was like, yeah, but like the money from the bank robbery went to fund a nonprofit for senior citizens. I was like, oh, well, that's good. Okay, I'm back on board. That's a good thing. And then she was like, well, yeah, but all the seniors are former Nazis. So I was like, well, God damn it, then I don't understand anything that's happening. This is very confusing. We're living in a confusing time, you guys. I like music. I have my own band, actually. I don't know if you could tell by my stylish outfit, but I do play music. I'm actually in an all-white version of Boys to Men. Thank you. It's a little too loud. Yeah, we're called Farm to Table. We do not sound good. Do not buy our CD. Please don't do that. Some people, like, I have kind of like a deep voice for, like, my size, I guess. People are, like, surprised when this voice comes out of me. Like, when my male friends do impressions of me, they, like, lower their voice to do an impression. I'm like, well, that's not necessary. Okay. Yeah, people, like, they think my voice is low. They, like, tell me I have, like, a tired-looking face. And, yeah, I know, it's rude. And, by the way, I am very tired. But they say my face looks sleepy. Like, you know, resting bitch face? Yeah, I have resting face. So that is a thing I just found out existed. Thanks to my horrible friends. But I was looking on the internet recently, and I came across a word I didn't know. I didn't know what it meant. I came across the word overzealous, and yeah, it's a big word for a little lady like me. And I was like, all right, dictionary, what does the word overzealous mean? And the dictionary was like, oh, overzealous? I know that one. That means too zealous. So, wow, thanks a lot. Well, moving on, I guess. What does the word zealous mean? And the dictionary was like, oh, zealous? Yeah, that means showing zeal. Yeah, I don't know if you knew the dictionary had an attitude. That's what I found out that day. The dictionary is like a book of riddles you have to solve. And then I was like, all right, well, what does zeal mean? And the dictionary is like, well, zeal means like showing determination towards a goal, which is, I think, what I did in finding those definitions. I showed zeal that day, Mr. Dictionary. Thank you very much. But I have a boyfriend who I love very much. He's great. We like to do like dirty talk sometimes in bed, which is kind of fun and pretty embarrassing. But we do that. And recently we were fooling around, and my boyfriend was like, yeah, I wanna give that pussy a test drive. Yeah. And I was like, hey, you know, you can just like buy it off the lot right now. Yeah, and then he was like, well, actually, the car loses value the second you drive it. So I don't know if I want to make that kind of commitment. I know, you guys. All right, I've been Aviva Siegel. Thank you so much.